It's Wednesday. Time for the Wednesday Word.
Hello and welcome to the Wednesday Word. I'm Brother DJ, and I do want to thank you for joining us again this week. You know, today's Wednesday Word is for anyone and everyone who's being challenged and who's going through right now. But the Bible says, when you pass through the waters, when you pass through the rivers, and when you walk through the fire, when you pass through, not if you pass through, but when you pass through, because he knew that sooner or later we'd all have to go through something. When is not only a point in time, but when is also preparatory. It's used to prepare us ahead of time so that when we do go through these things, we are prepared to handle them. And what I like is that when is immediately followed by I will be with you. He let us know that he'll be with us when we're going through our changes. He didn't wait 3 or 4 verses to reassure us. It was immediate. Now I know initially I said that this is only for those of you who are going through something, but it just struck me, you may not be going through right now, but sooner or later, you're going to go through. So you better take this lesson and stick it in your pocket. Now check this out. There are 3 scenarios that were presented that cover just about any situation that we can find ourselves in. He talked about when you go through the water, when you go through the river, and when you walk through the fire. You see, water is synonymous with danger, violence, or a transitory phase. Rivers are symbolic of being surrounded and overcome. And fire is simply any situation that you find yourself in that's a hot mess, a hot situation. 3 scenarios were presented to give us an idea of exactly how he works. Each one of them has already been played out, so we would already know the outcome of our situation. Check this out. Water, children of Israel in the Red Sea. The Bible says that the waters departed and they walked through on dry land. They were in danger. They were in a transitory phase and they walked through the water. River. As the children of Israel were crossing the Jordan was swollen. The snow was melting and the Jordan was swelling. This is the symbolism of being overcome and overwhelmed, but they went through the Jordan River. And finally, my favorite is the fire, because sometimes you find yourself in a hot situation. The fire. And he reminds us that I will save you even in the fiery situation with the 3 Hebrew boys, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. And he was with them in the fire. So my brothers and my sisters today, no matter what you're faced with, no matter what your situation, no matter how hard your test and your trial is right now, God says, I'll be with you. That's why we call him Jehovah, God with us. God says you will pass through. And he also says that you will not be burned. No harm will come to you. So I want you to remember this week, not if, but when. And when you're passing through, remember that God is with you in all situations. That's the Wednesday Word for today. I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it. So call God. He'd love to hear from you. Bye-bye now.